3, 2, 1. Let's rock and roll, people. I'm pumped for this one. First and foremost, welcome all. If you're watching this online, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn your notifications on for more updates. If you're watching us live, guys, strap in. This is going to be a good one, because today we are going to talk about a topic which is going to generate a lot of interest. It's how to expertly coach the general population niche, where most people that we help lie. They all lie within that niche. First and foremost, we're going to get to welcomes. Quick wave, everyone, for new members. We've got a few here. Oh, not too many today. Louise, Chad, Hannah, and Nick. If you're in this community, these webinars are also for you. They're for anybody who is a rental or online personal trainer that is looking to level up and to increase their business knowledge and know-how. And it's that simple. So come along, request a recording if you're going to watch it, and enjoy. Today, guys, first and foremost, new content announcement. Nothing this week, which is great. It's not great, but it's great at the same time because it means I haven't had to do anything. There is a lot of content coming your way, though, but no new content for the Pinnacle people on the Pinnacle portal. So that's that. Let's rock and roll here. General Q&A. Welcome, Nath. Welcome, Claire. Q&A about anything whatsoever, questions about business before we get into this action-packed one today about how to coach general population expertly. Anyone, anything about anything to do with their business?
I've actually got something.
Yes, that sounds like Erin. Yes, Erin.
Yes. I guess, I don't know, I have clients that just kind of come to me and they're always like, oh, I have no motivation and stuff. And I always think to myself, motivation is not always going to be there. It's going to be a fleeting thing. But I'm trying to think about how to motivate them when they're just, honestly, they just don't want to train. They don't have a good mindset. Yeah, I know it's easy to say it's all about discipline and consistency and stuff, but what about when they just can't be fucked coming to the gym?
That is exactly what we are talking about today. That is the topic of the webinar, because, yeah, when people can't be fucked coming to the gym, they can't be fucked working with you. So then they leave and then you lose money. And then before you know it, your business struggles. That is the topic of conversation. So that one we will elaborate on in great detail today. So before that, anything else at all about anything?
I have a question.
Yes, Ray.
You go.
Yes, Tom.
So,
you can wait. Ladies first.
Thank you. I'm just curious as to, I've noticed that I haven't been digging perhaps deep enough with a client, getting to their why. And I was just curious to see what other people do in terms of what questions do they, somebody says you just keep asking why, why do you want to get skinnier arms, and why? And I'm finding I don't get in deep enough. So I was just curious as to see what anyone else does.
That's a great question. Anyone here have specific questions that they find and they notice has a increased effect on unlocking people's why when in a consultation phase? I'm guessing, Ray, yeah? Yeah. Who's got something on that? It's a great question. Charmaine, what do you got?
I kind of always ask how it makes them feel in their current body state. So it's kind of an emotional attachment they potentially have with it. And then potentially in the future, say if they've got their dream body or whatever they're wanting to achieve with their goals, what emotional attachment do they have to that?
There you go.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
She's making notes.
Right?
She's making notes. Okay, there you go. I think there's a series of clever questions. That's what I would say. For me, it's always the best way to coach people, and we'll elaborate on this today shortly as well. Is this is going to be such an important webinar for so many people today. This could be a massive turning point in your business today. No shit. I'm using a sequence of clever questions to enable people to actually see why, because a lot of people don't know themselves why, right? They are looking to change and achieve the goal that they want to achieve. You know what I mean? Michael, great to have you here, brother. Tane, Lockie as well, my man, and Rai, great to see all you boys. So they don't know. So use a clever series of questions to get them to unlock it. But then you're going to ask, what is the clever series of questions? Probably, right? So does anyone want to elaborate on it? There's some expert converters here with super high conversion rates. Anyone want to elaborate on any of this? Like the level that you delve into with the questions you ask is going to unlock them and to make them realize that, you know what, they actually do need a PT. Anyone at all? Anyone got to add? Yeah, Zach, that's a hand up, yeah?
Yeah, so depending on what the goal is, I always just say like, you know, if you, at the moment, is there anything you sort of can't do in your life, like day-to-day activities, that would be changed by like you achieving this? And then I flip it on its head and just say like, you know, once you sort of do achieve those goals that you're looking for, like how would your life be different? You know, and that's
100%.
it.
100%. I agree, right? This is what's called bringing people to a pain wall, right? I'll elaborate here, right? I was taught this by my wife, of all people, expert saleswoman. She's very, very good. Now, when you bring people to a pain barrier, they'll really realize why the fuck they want to change. People, first and foremost, guys, have to get sick and fucking tired of where they are before they will make a change. And it is that simple. What you need to do is really ask them by literally saying one word, why? Okay, so like, for example, pre-exercise questionnaire, I want to lose weight. Why? Right? You can say, why would you like to lose weight? But the word is why, right? Well, because I'm fat. Why? You're digging now, right? What you're doing, every why is a sequence going closer and closer to what's called a pain wall. It's a pain barrier. This is also big value for everyone here today, right? When you bring people right to this pain wall and it's fucking this big, right? No matter how big it is, they're here, right? They can't jump over it. So when you bring them there, this is when you may have people emotionally break down. They might cry in consults. Like, anyone had people cry and open up as a client or a prospect? Like, it's common shit, right? And you don't want to bombard people. So always, disclaimer, be polite with how you're coaching people. Don't make people cry, right? But if they want to let their emotions come out, bring them to the freaking wall so that they can actually really see, right, why they are there in the first place and why they've actually showed up. Because they might realize and think, oh, well, I want to lose weight, but really, do you want it much or do you want it enough, right? So I would say always ask why, but make sure that you're step by step with each question on that pre-exercise questionnaire that we give to everyone, which enable you to do the hard work easily to bring them there. If you don't elaborate, which is a word we've used a lot recently, elaborate on the points inside your tangible products, elaborate on the pre-exercise questionnaire, which is not obviously able to answer everyone's individual scenario every time, right? If you don't elaborate, you're not bringing them close to this motherfucker, right? If you bring them close to it, you can then gradually make that wall small and then coach them how to get over it, right? But if you try and get these people to jump over a wall that big from back here, there's no fucking chance. They're not even going to get close to the wall. Does that make sense, this analogy? Bring them close by asking why, right? Really, why? Do you want to see your kids, right, in the next 5 years? If you're 60, morbidly obese, you've already got freaking loads of health issues, that's a way to bring them closer, but again, professionally, politely, right? You're not bullying them into working with you. Again, disclaimer, right? But hopefully that helps. That's my 2 cents. Anyone want to elaborate on that sort of?
I think it can be used like with existing clients as well. Like I've found, yeah, like with your video and saying be personal as opposed to being a trainer first. Like, as we know, like we were talking about a few drop-offs that I had with those guys, I got a couple back on because I had to sit down and change the scenario a little bit. Instead of being on the floor, you bring them into the office and actually have a real personal chat and say, look, like what are we doing here, in all honesty, because you're not showing me that you want to be here in a sense as well through the actions outside of the gym. and then they get really personal and go, shit, like I need to change. I've just seen results off that straight away from people actually, you know, you're holding them to account in the sense that you want them to achieve, and they're wasting time at the moment.
100%. That's exactly right, Tarks. I think there's something that Damo, who's not here today, he said he can't make it. He mentioned something a few weeks ago. A few of you will know what he said, and you'll know what I'm about to say, where he said, you're paying me to not let you quit, right? So I ain't going to let you quit that easily. The thing is that most PTs, when people give an excuse, which is a cover up for a lack of prioritization, as we all know, it's that simple, right? It's that simple. Don't have any money, but ironically, you've got a brand new Mercedes out there that you've gone and financed, right? That's called priority, right? Do you know what I mean? If you don't do your job and not let them walk away, right? Then that's a disservice. But again, it's all about how you do it, right? So always use like clever series of questioning, do it professionally, do it politely, but don't give up on your clients. And most importantly, going back to what Ray said there, don't give up on your prospects. Don't be afraid to really push their buttons. If you see someone come and see you and they're morbidly obese, I'm telling you right now, guys, you obviously know they're going to want to lose weight. Do you really realize what's going in their fucking head? A lot of these people, some of them will be that close to fucking suicide. And that sounds horrible. But this is a topic here, and my passion talking now, that as we all know, with mental health and shit like that, these people are coming to you for a reason. If you don't do your due diligence and ask the questions and bring them to the pain wall, be a personal trainer, you won't convert them because they haven't got enough from you. It's not that they don't want to work with you, they can't afford it, they haven't got the time. That's all fucking rubbish. It's because you haven't done your job, right? And you are the reason why they're not going to work with you. It's hard to hear that for a lot of people. But again, these are elite trainers on this call, right? People that do the due diligence. They're there for the right reasons. We're not rep counters. We're not someone who's just trying to sell something as quickly as possible. So again, for anyone who's watching on the record as well, because I know a lot of people these days are, like, do your due diligence, take your time and bring them to the pain wall. I think that answers that one. Charmaine, what do you got?
I think it's really important to also delve into how long they've been feeling that way or how long they've been overweight for. So that creates obviously more pain for them because it's been a long time. Do you really want to, like, say if they've been like this for 10 years, do you really want to go another 10 years like this?
1,000,000% correct. Like 1,000,000% correct. There's something that I say, right? And I'll bring you into this, guys. And is there new clients? There's a couple of new clients here, right? But still, like, this is what I say to people now when people work with me. And this is what enables me to get you type clients, great clients. You cannot fail working with Pinnacle Fitness Consulting unless you do not get out of bed. Let me say that again. You can't fail. It's that simple. The only people that fail are people that don't get out of bed. They don't go to the gym, they don't show up, they don't do anything. Well, unfortunately, I can't do that shit for you. Take that, you put that now into your own series of words and put that into your close with your clients. Watch your conversion rate soar through the roof. Now, what you're also doing here is you're not allowing from a very early stage, and this is what's part and parcel of what the main topic of today is. You're not allowing excuses, guys. Right? Getting in shape is not, it's not easy. It's not also hard when you know what to do. Honestly, I'm fucking up and down like a yo-yo, right? I spoke to Ray about this once or twice, right? Love fucking drinks. I love going out at the weekend. I love pizza, but then I'm partial to a salad, right? And I'll go like this. But if I allow the excuses to overrule me consistently, I'll be a fat fucker for the rest of my life. That's not going to happen. That won't happen. Right? Set standard very early on with your clients, right? We have something in stage 2, which is your motivational Kickstarter. Show of hands, anyone who's got this done yet? Anyone else done it yet? Nope, didn't think so. Get it done. I've told, like, you guys, it's up to you whether you do it. If you outline it from the start, you have something also to fall back on, like Tarkin said as well, right? It's not just new clients, existing clients, remind them of where they've got, why they're there. If you pull that video out, do you remember watching this? Yeah, I did. Watch it again, come back to me next week, and then we'll talk about cancelling then. They won't cancel, I guarantee. They just won't. It's whether or not you can communicate with what's in here and make them realize, well, oh yeah, do you know what? Like Simon did tell me if I didn't get out of bed, you know what? I haven't been showing up. I know, like you guys know, that if no one achieves any results, it ain't because of me and it ain't because of you with your clients. It's because of the clients. However, we need to take action and take the responsibility and the blame for the lack of getting the results, even though it's fucking hard. But I'm sorry, that's what we have to do. So again, this is all perfect pre-frame for the main topic of conversation. That's a really good point, Charmaine. Is there anyone else here that wants to elaborate or got any more questions based on this? This is, again, it's big value today, this one, guys. I'm really excited to really get deep into this for an hour. Anything else? Okay, all right, I'm gonna roll through with this. I've got a list of notes here. So the first thing, I'm just going to take it like this could take 5 minutes. It could take 15, depending on how much ramble I put into it. But then it's going to open up a dialogue and we're going to discuss it. Questions always asked. Obviously, there's a good few people here today, right? As always. First and foremost, when you coach anyone in general population, this makes up the broad spectrum of a niche, right? Everyone knows, and you can't disagree, world's getting fatter, lazier, more unmotivated, and people want the world for nothing, right? So people basically don't want to work for anything and expect it to come, whether it's business, whether it's health and fitness, anything, whether it's relationships, you know, that's why dating apps are fucking through the roof, right? It's that simple, right? Recognize, this is the first point, recognize your general population clientele starting point. And the mindset, so important. This is new content I haven't spoken about before, right? Recognize the starting point and then mindset that goes with that, right? That may be visible to see. And if not, like I said before, you better damn believe that it is there. If you can't visibly see it, like someone comes in like, I need to lose weight. That's visible. They're crying, right? They're upset. If they're just saying, yeah, I need to lose weight, it's still in there. Recognize that. So first point of all, recognize their starting point, all right? Number two, we speak about the 3 types of personal trainer, right? Physical trainers, right? 1, 2, 3, rep count while I fucking take a selfie, right? That's shit. You can't do that, right? That's a physical trainer, PT. And you've got personal trainer, personal approach, better, right? PT. Psychological trainer is the third one, PT. Combine all 3, you'll be the best PT there is. Notice that these guys will need personal training, right? From the beginning in order to change the mindset, all right? Or for you to then visibly see what is the resistance as to where they are. Notice that. Now, I hate to say this, guys. I hate to say this. Not enough people, even on this webinar, are personal trainers. And I say that. Let me say it again. Don't get it twisted. Today's passion, there's real talk coming from me today. I'm on fire. Caffeine was good this morning, whatever it was. You're not fucking personal enough. You focus too much on rushing to get people to put that fucking bar on their back and to fucking go up and down. Do not do that. If you do that with Gen Pop clients, they are out of the fucking door quickly. And it's that simple. So notice quickly, right? Shouldn't even need to notice because it should be ingrained within you guys, right? In your heart. These guys come into me because they are broken mentally. They need a person in their life. They need a personal trainer, a personal one, not a physical rep counter. That's it. So just notice that you're gonna have to get deep with them at some point. You're gonna have to, all right? If you focus on the physical, they will never change. Let me say that again. If you go straight in, if you don't have an onboarding process that gets people, and it starts with Ray, right from the off, the only thing that happens before Ray with the pre-exercise questionnaire is, pleasure to meet you. My name's Simon. You get off and it's a meet and greet. After that, You're straight in with the pre-exercise questionnaire. It starts right there, guys, right? It starts right there. If you don't focus on the unlocking, the pre-framing, bringing them to the pain wall and all that sort of stuff, guys, and start being a personal trainer from before they're even working with you, all right, they're screwed. They're not going to change. So if you just focus on getting them to a PT session, thrashing them through the session, right? You know, how much can you lift? How quickly can you do this 500 meter sprint, which is only going to break them, make them scared of you, right? Anyone had anyone pass out before in a consult? More than once. Zach, a little bit. Was that a hand, Tane, or are you just too ashamed? Right?
Nah, you said in a consult, not in a consult. I've had it in a session.
In a session.
A couple times.
The worst thing you can ever have, honestly, side talk. Let's take away Simon's raw energy today and have a bit of a laugh. It's not funny though. Disclaimer. The worst thing you can ever have is someone fucking pass out in a console, guys. It's not cool. Spewing everywhere, white as a ghost. Horrible. Don't do that. Don't do that shit, right? Like, honestly, like, people that go and put people through consults, like, to just batter them. I'm saying, they don't want to work with you, man. They're not going to work with you after you break them in half. I mean, look, if they do, power to them, because they realize they need to get fitter. Do you know what I mean? But if someone says, right, let's get stuck in here, 500 meters on a rower as quickly as you can. You don't know this person. They're going to oblige. They're going to do it, and then they're going to freaking KO on the floor. Don't do that. Sit, get personal. Spend longer, big tip. Spend longer with your pre-exercise questionnaire, your qualifying process, yeah? Spend longer on that. Okay, so like I said before, I put here 99% of personal trainers, including you, and it sounds horrible, don't personally coach enough because you're rushing to try and get people into a physical session, right? Like, don't. What are you doing, man? Like, don't do it. Remember, PT means physical, personal, and psychological. It means all of them. It doesn't mean the amount of times. Yeah, Simon, I know that we coach a half-an-hour model, which we then sell in blocks of time, which is our kicker, right? I know you coach that, just can't do that. Can't do a session in half an hour. Man, I guarantee I'll get better the results, and it's no ego, it's just like belief and confidence. I'll get better results of your client in 1 week. You can do an hour PT physical session with them. I'll do 15 minutes psychological. Let's see who loses more weight next week, right? Real talk, no shit. That is the truth. You've got to personally coach them. And this is, remember, general population. Let's compare this to not general population just quickly. Bodybuilders, you guys, elite people that take action, that show up today, right? You take action. You don't need to be babysit. But the thing is it's very common as personal trainers expect that general population should be like you guys. They're not like you guys. Don't expect them to do it. That's why people fail miserably as online trainers. Oh, well, I'll just give people the meal plan that I get from my coach that I follow, and they'll just follow it. Good luck. See how long that takes before you fail. It won't work. You've got to have a personal approach, especially with gen population. So next, what do? Most people have big goals in general population. Again, world's getting fatter, lazier, unmotivated, and people are getting overweight, obese. It's common, right? I don't know whether you guys know it as well. You know, Australia, anyone can correct me if they're wrong, the most overweight country in the world, Australia. Don't say it's the US, overweight. Obese is the US, right? But I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, Morgs, you're going to chirp up here. You got something.
Yeah, no, I actually think it's Mexico, but Australia's up there.
Right, and that's actually true as well, right? If you actually go to Mexico, like you've been, right, and go around these places, honestly, does anyone else do this? Like, again, we'll take a break from my intensity and have a little laugh. Does anyone, when you go out, I do it all the time and go, fuck me, everyone's fat. Like, they are. And then I look at myself and go, you're one of them. And I'm like, no, I'm like, it's not that bad. But do you know what I mean? It's not cool. It's legit not cool. But there's a lot of clients there.
I go to the grocery store and I have a habit of looking at people's trolleys, seeing what food they've bought, and then I look at them, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Like then you realize you're the only one in the broccoli section and everyone's in the fucking chip section. You know what I mean? Right? Like, it's true. Now, honestly, so here's the thing, right? Do you think those people are happy? Back to the intent signer now. They're not fucking happy. I'm not. After I binge on a weekend and it takes me 3 days to drop the water weight. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm not happy. These guys live like that. They live like that consistently, but we're here to help them, right? How do we then help them? You've got to break down this wall of resistance now, right? Because like I said, you've got the pain wall. You bring them to that, you bring it down, you close them. Then they begin their journey with you towards success, right? But they have a lot of resistance walls. Food, bad relationship with food. This here, is he here? Michael. Yeah, he is, Michael, right? This is how you elaborate, bro. You know, I said to you before, right? So this is, take note, everyone here, right? We're doing a lot of work at the moment, revamping, tweaking, and boosting the tangible products with elaborated points. Communicate with the subconscious of your mind. Michael, great to see you today as well. Michael G, by the way, bro. Great to have you here, man. This is the sort of stuff that's like this next level for what we've witnessed in the past. And when you can elaborate and bring these walls down in terms of communicating small, sustainable and achievable goals compounded over time will equal big ones, you're onto a winner. Does that make sense? Thumbs or something like. So basically, guys, these Gen Pop clients, they're fatter, they're Mexicans or Aussies, right? And basically, they're getting fatter, they're more overweight. Now, if you look at someone who's got 50 kilos to lose, yeah? So that's like, for the Americans here, this is 100 pounds, right? Big weight loss goals, right? Or freaking, what's that in our terms, Claire? 4 stone? I don't know what it would be. More, 5 or 6 stone, anyway. Like, guys, break that shit down. So when you start becoming personal, recognize, I know you're probably going to have, this is what you say, I know you're probably going to have resistance around nutrition, and you probably got some shit habits. Is that right? No, exactly how I said that. That's not shaming them, right? Come to the party if you want. Where do you get your burgers from, man? I'm a big fan. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to do. Again, always light-hearted, friendly, personal, professional, right? From there, set small attainable goals. And that's it. Your PT session log document is freaking mandatory in order for you to keep up with all these micro goals that equal monster goals, right? So do Isaac. So think about it like this. 2 M's I've put down here. Micro goals equal monstrous goals. But if you don't start micro, you don't start small, and you go monster, they ain't achieving shit because they're focused consistently on the 50. Now, any of you guys use the Pyramid to Success document? Like that's in the portal. I know you, Tarks, well done, Nave. I've got a document in stage 2, which I used in my business. It's a Pyramid to Success. What I used to do with people, right? And when you go through a couple of these documents now, I used to sit them down, sign them up, get them done, cool, bring the wall down, let's go. Get them in, first session, free session. What you do is we set up their PT folder. That PT folder document is made up of PT session log, Pyramid to Success, weekly planner, nutritional guidelines, everything that I did. Paper form, because when I was a PT, it was old school. We don't do it digitally now like we do with the iPads. Now this pyramid at the top, obviously, is the 50, right? However, underneath that, as you go down the pyramid, the reason why I use a pyramid, I've never talked about this ever. It's brand new content, psychological shit. The bottom of the pyramid is big, right? It means it's more achievable than the big one at the top. So the first one, you could just go 50 kilos, 25, 15, 10, 5, 2.5, right? But I like to have fun with it. So I break it down and go, first goal is I want to log and educate myself better with food and lose my first 5 kilos. Again, elaboration, small goal. Don't, like I'd always say, don't focus on the 50. Don't. Focus on the 50, you're fucked, right? Literally that simple. So then from there, you move up the pyramid, tick it off. You break this down over the period of a 50 kilo weight loss journey. Anyone had a 50 kilo weight loss journey client before? There'll be a few. right? Congratulations, guys, as well. That's freaking awesome. So well done. Use 2 or 3 of these pyramids. The 50 is always at the top, right? So you're breaking it down and again, making their goals achievable, right? I'll flow into the point I've got later, but I'll get it out of the way now because it's another document. The weekly planner. Now I have a lot of people, this is a subtopic. What programs do you provide and prescribe your clients, right? This is what I used to do, just so you can see it and how it flows in and you don't over prescribe, over deliver so that they take the value and don't need you. Because again, general population clients, they think that when they have the program, that their life's going to change. Bullshit. You're the accountability that they need to change, right? I used to get the weekly planner. Someone signs up on a gold package or a silver package, right? Because I don't like taking bronzes. It's that simple. So basically 2 sessions a week, silver package. Here's what we're going to do. Monday, all right, PT with Simon in the gym. Tuesday, and this is a simple Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the days at the top, blocks that I would hand write this shit in, right? Monday, PT session with Simon. Tuesday, rest day. Wednesday, cardio day. Oh, what do you want me to do? Give me a program. No, come to the gym, weight loss. General population is weight loss, guys. That's simple. Put the fucking incline on 10, walk for 45 minutes. That's it. Steady state cardio. You can give them a HIIT workout, whatever you want. I just like to make it simple, so simple. Incline, steady state cardio, put a freaking hoodie on, sweat, right? That's Wednesday. Thursday, PT session, right? Friday, rest. Saturday, program. We'll get to that next. Sunday, I've told a few of you guys this, but I always prescribe people, right? Family days on Friday. That's a whole nother webinar, by the way, and that's too deep. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But give them a day off, family day, complete rest, but promote like family shit. You know, friends, family, do what you want. Reward yourself, cheat meal, whatever, right? But let's go back to Saturday, the program day, right? I give them 1 workout. This is the library that we create, by the way, guys. It's a library, right? You don't make custom workouts. That's another rabbit hole. No need for it. Give them a full body workout based on their ability at the current stage. Make their ability or make the program ability fit their current ability. Get them to execute that. 45-minute workout. Like, you don't need monstrous workouts. Again, remember, we're not battering people through sessions here. Give them something that's fun. This is also a point. And is attainable and maintainable to follow persistently and consistently. Don't give someone one of your training splits, Mr. fucking Olympia. They ain't gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Give them something easy. That's it. So it's super simple, and that's it. So you prescribe them one workout plan, 1 cardio, 2 sessions of you. You don't need to prescribe anything else. The weekly planner, guys, going back to that, that's it. Do that with the pyramid to success. PT session log, don't need to get into that because most of you here are using, well, you should all be using it, right? If you're not, chances are you've just come on board or you need to fucking change. So use it. But then, guys, these documents will help make goals micro, which equals massive goals over long periods of time. Any questions so far on anything? We're about halfway through it. Otherwise, I'm going to roll with the punches. We're pretty good. Anything here? Any questions or anything? We're good. Jade, good to see you as well. All right, let's continue. Basically then, what you need to give is extremely high levels of accountability combined with the flashback to the, again, ideally, motivational Kickstarter video of why the fuck they started, what they want to do this for, getting them to the pain barrier, all that shit. So that when they quit, because these guys are going to want to tap multiple times, you can then quickly relay them and jog them back, combined with what Damo expertly says, right? I ain't letting you quit. Why? Because you told me your freaking doctor said you've got 5 years, motherfucker. That's why. Do you know what I mean? This is raw, what I'm saying here, guys. But it's passion. Why? Because I give a shit about your clients. That's why. And if you do the same, you win. That's it. People aren't prepared to go to the level, though. That's the difference. They're not prepared to go to the level. Go there. Watch your retention go through the roof, right? It's that simple, guys. Watch your social proof go through the roof. Watch the testimonials, everything go through the roof. Watch you ironically attract more of these people. Why? Because you're going there when others don't, right? It's that simple.
Sorry, what's the, I haven't seen the motivational video. I haven't gone through that. What is that one? Is that something
it's called a motivational Kickstarter. It's a new piece of content, bro, that was put in maybe a month ago. So go into stage 2, and it's called the motivational Kickstarter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And basically, just in summary for anyone that's missed it, because I was not bringing people up to speed recently about new content that we release. And I don't expect you to just be on the portal looking all day, right? It's up to me to communicate it. So motivational Kickstarter is a video that we put together that basically highlights that you've been there, done it, and got the t-shirt. You know what they're going to encounter. You know what they need. If they work with you, communicate with you, be open with you, basically they cannot fail. And this is a video that we want you guys to send out, whether you automate it on the back end of your onboarding process with an email, whether you just drag and drop it to them via Facebook Messenger. You want these guys, when they leave the gym, they're not even in their car yet. You want them watching this as they walk off down the stairs to leave and go to their car, so that they see the journey ahead. It paints a vision that they can turn into a physical reality. And it's that simple. So that's what it is, bro. Hopefully that helps.
What do you think about a video like getting, and we're talking about when they're thinking about cancelling, what about getting clients at the start of their journey to film a video of them talking to themselves about their goals?
Now we're talking. Who likes that idea? That's fire right there. Big time. Now we're talking. You want to get your retention to be 100%, do that. But then again, here's the thing. I'm gonna spoil the kicker at the end of the video. They're still gonna quit. So we're screwed. So bye, that's the end of the webinar, guys. It's all being pointless. They're going to leave you anyway. But do you know what I mean, right? That right there, here's the thing, guys. That's fire. That's what you should be doing. That right there is accountability. And it's very easy for you to drag and drop that into your business, right? Right, guys? For every single person that's a weight loss client, so you're not singling them out, right? This is how I would do it, right? As best as I can off the top of my head. For every single person that's a weight loss client, we love to have fun here, right? Right. It's not, I want to hold you accountable, right? It's like, even though that's what you're doing, it's we want to have fun. Take 30 seconds, make this your goal, PT session log, goal that they obtain, right? And they put into play with a friendly punishment. Right? I want you to go away whilst you're taking your before and after, or your before photos, because obviously you want to do them in a comfortable environment at home, because not a lot of people want to take their kit off in front of someone they've just met, right? I want you to record a video to yourself as well that you're going to look at when times get tough. You do that, tell them to send that to you, and then say, would you like me to send this to you when times get tough? Yes. You've just given me the license to keep you as a client until you achieve that 50-kilo weight loss goal. And that's it. That's literally it. Now, here's the thing. Then, elaborate a little bit further for you. Then, if someone wants to go against that video and comes up with an excuse, which is a lack of prioritization, when they've poured their heart out to you, done all the bullshit, whatever, right? Let them go, man. Let them go. It's completely fine. It's completely fine, because you just know they ain't getting there. This is the thing. So you can't ever care more about your clients' results than they do. I've been there. It's not healthy. It fucks your head up. And you get rid of those clients. That's the best thing you can do. But again, this thing here, Tarkin, great golden nugget, bro. Put that in. Do a Kickstarter, bro, and incorporate that in. I would say just do this with weight loss clients or people that you know are Gen Pop or going to flake quite easily, if that makes sense. And guys, again, put this into the business. Tarkin's giving you a big golden nugget there. It's whether or not you incorporate it. It's whether you're going to do it. So again, going back to the point here, multiple goals, small goals, attainable, minuscule goals equal monstrous ones. Rinse and repeat. This is when you just basically go through a repetitive cycle. Consistency and persistency wins, and it pays. It's that simple. It's that simple. You do that, right? Simple, no results, friendly punishment, or an accountability task. Going back to the PT session log document now. If they have a week where they have a shit time, right? speak to them personally at the start of your PT session. I did a story about this. I don't know whether anyone saw it, about like your PT sessions don't have to be physical. They don't. So don't fucking do them, right? So if they don't achieve your goals, this is so key. If you don't want clients to lose your business and you've got a fat client, sounds horrible, is the truth. They'll admit it themselves, right? That doesn't lose weight. If you put them directly into all your trainers, this is where running a leverage business at scale is freaking hard. But if you're not maintaining or managing this, Tane, Jade, do you know what I mean? Michael, Tarkin, you guys who train as leverage businesses. If you're not doing this, I'm sorry, you're about to have a horrible awakening of a business going backwards. Like you start, or your trainer starts taking, Jade, this is huge for us, right? If these guys start taking physical sessions when someone who's 140 kilos, make it really obvious, Simon, 180 kilos, hasn't lost 1 kilo, and you get them in a personal training session, just leave the industry now. Like, do yourself a favor. Like, you've got to get in their heads, right? General population don't take action. They have a lot of resistance. If you go, all right, cool, I've weighed you, that's fine. Oh, but we need to go train, quick, hurry up, because that's what you're paying me for. No, they're not paying you for that. They're paying you for this. That's what they're fucking paying you for. This is probably the best webinar I reckon I've ever delivered. That's how much I fucking care about this shit. I am on fire. And I'm fucking glad that we've got a good amount of people here. Are you with me here or what? You go and do that, man. Just kiss the client goodbye. And then we have that moment, you know, we said the other week, I think that client's going to quit. You just put it out there, next minute, yeah, they quit. Remember we said that, right? It's normally about 2 weeks. I'm telling you, man, you put it out there, like you're not delivering what you should. So hold them accountable, PT session log, friendly punishment or accountability task. They don't achieve it. First and foremost, go through why they didn't, but then you're putting them through the accountability task. Right, that was the best thing me and you ever came up with, right? Reyes, the rewording from punishment to accountability task. That went a long way with your clients, right? So think, guys, it's not always a punishment. It's an accountability exercise, accountability task, right? Do that, rinse and repeat. You patch up why they haven't done it so they actually learn, right? Not, oh shit, I got away with having freaking a KFC bargain bucket every day for the last 5 days and the PT didn't notice. Do you know what? Secretly, they're glad that you didn't notice, but you fucking should notice. Why? Because they want to go and eat more bargain buckets, right? Pull them up on that shit. They're here to freaking change. And if they ain't going to do it with you, well, they'll find someone else who'll do it. But not many PTs go to this extent of care that I'm trying to ingrain today. Do you know what I mean? And basically, if you compound this over time, guys, getting towards a punchline here before a bit of a general Q&A, compound these minuscule wins and they will win. Compound minuscule wins and your clients will win. Their mindset will change. And ironically, they will, because when you grasp it, nutrition, training, I just need to get out of bed, like Simon said, and just fucking put one foot in front of the other. Now, doing those 4 things, it might take you 4 freaking months. It might take you 4 years with the client, but well, they won't take 4 years because they'll fucking leave if you're not doing it, right? But if you get that done, watch these guys completely transform, become the best clients that you've ever had, be singing your praises. How I've had clients just like that are now my daughter's godparents. I could cry right now. That's real shit. I'm not lying. They're my fucking daughter's godparents. I lost this couple countless kilos, changed their life. They're now my fucking daughter's godparents. That's it right there. So I'm going to hold back emotion, but that's pretty much it. And that right there, hopefully it hit pretty hard. That's all you have to do. It's really easy, guys. Compound the minuscule wins and they'll win. And that's literally it. Then we capture the wins, guys. Capture it, show them off. That couple as well was, if you see, there was a photo of me with my arms around 2 people recently I put up on my site. That's them, by the way. So that was obviously meant to happen today. But there you go. And that's all you have to do, guys. You do those things. You listen back to this and try and take out value from my passion and my swearing extensively, and you will win. Capture the social proof, guys. Capture the wins along the way. Share that shit. Do you know what I mean? And you will win. That is how you expertly coach the general population. You need to care. You need to delve deeper. You need to be personal, not physical. And we talked about these things a lot recently, but not to this extent of passion and detail that I've delivered with today. So that is that. Choose an ace. Questions? Anyone want to share anything here that they think that they can get better on? Let's ask one thing you reckon you as a PT, come forward now, feel comfortable in what is always a very comfortable open forum that you know that you can get better at as a PT. And if you don't want to share it, write that thing down and start putting it into action. Share it with me personally. But guys, if you follow everything here, there's no way that you cannot be a successful PT. And if you combine that with the sales and marketing that we're doing, it's just game over. This game's too easy, guys. It's so easy, but you have to give a shit. And luckily for you guys, I care about you. So there you go. What do we got? Anything? All right.
I think as well, like you said, with your own mental health, like we had that chat this week and you sent through that message. It was just like, you need to take care of yourself as well. And I think like that to be healthy is not getting rid of those clients, but having those sit down and saying, like, I'm doing everything I can right now to help you succeed. I need you to be on the same page as well. Because I've seen that with a couple of my guys, like a guy I've been with, I've had him, he's been with different PTs and they've all dropped him. And now he's come to me and it's like his last hurrah. So I've used that and I've said, let's show these guys what you can fucking do. I can use that to get back at them as well. And I think just being really one-on-one and open and honest, that's the key to success for sure.
Bro, you know, like I want to go too deep, but you know, this whole game, guys, it's very, very simple. Show up, care about people, because we're in a people industry, right? We're in a person industry. It's personal training. You show up, you care, deliver what people pay you for. But it is hard. It is hard to do that because people will lie to you. People will make excuses. But this is why we put the processes and systems in. Motivational Kickstarter. Tarkin's golden nugget today. That's huge. Chances are very, very little, if any, people will implement that. But I know he will, right? So you do these, you put these tripwires in place. Like I've said to you guys about check-ins recently. Check-ins enable people to check in. If they don't check in, but they see a check-in, it shows that they can't be asked checking in. Like, it's very simple, right? You put the tripwires in place, the systems and processes. If you're not fully booked, there's a problem, but we've got to find out what that is. And that's my job. So obviously I work with you all individually to do it. But yeah, hopefully this has inspired you all to become the best versions of yourself. And I've really enjoyed delivering this one today. So Ed Tarks, thanks for your input. Any other questions about anything that anyone else wants to say they know they should get better at? Does anyone feel, let me help, right? And again, if you don't feel confident and comfortable, you don't have to come off mute and speak. Does anybody know within themselves that they subconsciously do rush to the physical training part of the session and not spend enough time being personal? Yes, Jack.
I do 100%. So yeah, this is a big one for me because I do check in with clients, but then it's during the session, not before the session. Yeah. And I think I need to make a point and, put it in my diary if I have to, but every time they come in for a session, like you mentioned on 1 or 2 weeks back, and that's huge because I tried it with 2 clients. It's like they see me once a week actually, but the minute I get them to check in, jump on the scales, suddenly everything comes out. Jack, I haven't done the workout. I haven't done this, blah, blah, blah. And the other thing is in consults, as a salesperson, you become confident and then you don't know when you're becoming overconfident.
Yeah.
So when they're not at the highest pain point and you know that, this guy wants to really lose weight because they want to play with their son, something, you just go for the clothes, but you don't get them high enough. And as you're speaking, I'm thinking there's a few clients that have left earlier than they would have because, like you're saying, you didn't get them to the highest pain point enough to uncover what was under. It was more a confidence thing. It was more looking good in clothes, showing up for social events, And I didn't know that before. But luckily for me, I chat. So it came out. And I said, oh, this is the real reason, Simon, that you want to lose weight. So it's not to play with your kid, but when you go out for parties, you want to wear your polo neck and look good in your arms and it fits well. And because they never spoke and they were introverts and I couldn't get it out of them as well. So, but if I would have asked, I would have known that from the start, and then they would have gotten better results straight away.
Jack,
so heaps to implement.
Jack, that takes a real brave entrepreneur to admit. I'm telling you, bro, but you've nailed it. You're 100% right. Like the worst thing is, guys, and this is all of the, how would you say, the baggage that goes on the side of all of the motivational talk today. You're going to get lied to. People won't tell you the real reasons why. They will make excuses and then they'll leave. But it should be very simple. They should just tell you what they want and what they're dealing with. However, a lot of people won't, right? I know I sit here as I do this. I know for a fact that you all have your own demons. You all have your own questions going through your head. You know, my Vox's hottest part of the week is 11 o'clock on a Wednesday when a webinar finishes. I literally get about 30 or 20 messages, right? Literally, it all come from, oh yeah, here's the questions from the Q&A part of this, right? You know, or I get a lot of like, Simon, that was awesome, thank you today. You know, like, which is fine, but Jack, that makes so much sense to it. And just being able to like really notice that, it's great. Don't go to the physical part of the session, because what you're doing there is like, people naturally will put the tangible value of what you charge on the time that you give them. That's what they'll do. If you associate that with training from the beginning, this is huge. You're screwed, because then when you talk about the personal stuff, you can't talk about a personal stuff when they're doing a 500-meter row trying not to pass out. You can't talk about that. They're fucking folk, right? You have to do it at the start. Like I said in the story video this week, at the start of your session, take a few minutes, ask them a clever series of questions as to why they aren't achieving the goals. Delve deeper. If you do that from the off, like I've said to many of you before, I had so many clients tell me that was the best sessions they've ever had. They come back, they lose 2.5 kilos. These are people that are overweight, that can't lose weight before that. If you do that, you enable yourself to be able to have those sessions with them. And they'll go, shit, you know what? I'm probably going to have one of those personal sessions today with Jack. But they'll go, do you know what? I need this kick in the ass. I've had people tell me it before. I need a kick. You're like, your trainers aren't giving it to me, Simon. I was lucky they came and told me, so I could then go and get the trainers to be a touch more personal rather than physical. But you have to do that shit. Really, it starts with you, Jack. So, man, well done. And you're not the only one, brother. I massive respect for you there for admitting that. A lot of you guys will say, I know there's a few hands there, you rush towards the physical. Do you know what I mean? And, all right, what do we got here, Claire? Come off mute, Claire, and ask if you can. Otherwise, I can read. What do you got? Okay, good. Okay. I asked them, what brings you the most joy in your life? Most find this hard to answer. 100%.
Whoa! Hey there, sorry, I'm in the staff room, so they might have some background noise. Sorry. That's why I wrote it. But it was kind of in response to what Raywin said right at the beginning about how to motivate people. But this is how I sort of motivated myself. Because I was so unhappy, I was depressed and morbidly obese. You know what you said at the beginning when you were like, some people are so close to suicide. That was me. Yeah. That was me. So that resonated with me. And how I got myself out with that was to make sure that I prioritized doing something that actually made me happy every day. And I found that with my clients, if I check in with them, if they're doing something that makes them happy every day, everything starts to change from that point, because they start to prioritize their relationship with self. And that is what I see changes people the most and gets the most out of them. So that was what I was just trying to furiously type, because it's a bit busy in here because I'm in the staff room.
Just like compounding, talk about compounding small wins equals monstrous wins, right? Fucking, if you talk about the power of compounding personal happiness, doing something small for yourself each day, And here's something to finish on with everyone here. As entrepreneurs, make sure you're always taking time for you and making sure you're doing shit. I'm not the best example of that because fucking I don't. A lot of the time I get caught up in my shit and that's it. But I'm a yo-yo, yeah? Like I could switch a switch and I'll put 10 kilos on and lose 15 and I'll whatever to relate it to the general population weight loss, right? Do something for yourself all the time. Make yourselves happy. Get your clients to go and do that, right? Get them to be happy. If you can associate the personal trainer that you're working with happiness, it's huge. And if it comes from you just saying, go and do something for yourself. Here's another thing. PT session log, accountability task, doesn't have to be lose 1 kilo. It can be take an ice bath, Charmaine. It can be fucking, do you know what I mean? Go and book in myself to fight again, Tane. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking glad you've done that as well, bro, by the way. We'll talk about that. But
I've got a question on that PT session log though.
Go.
Talking about it. Because I've had a couple of clients that sort of, the resistance, when I set like the accountability task as well as all my stuff's going on, as well as a goal, they'll be more, there's probably like half a dozen clients that I've had in the past. They'll be less inclined to do it because there's like a punishment or an accountability task attached to it. Do you have any suggestions of ways to sort of reward a client for doing the better things as opposed to being like, okay, if you don't do this, we're going to do like 80 burpees. Any way that we could be like, well, if you do this, then some sort of reward.
Yeah, well, I think a very simple way to do that is basically whatever their vice is that a lot of the time they're going towards, which stops them from achieving their goals, right? When they avoid the vice, right, and take your advice, avoid it, get the results, reward them with the right amount of vice, which is not going to be detrimental to the goals. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, it's if someone, I'm open and transparent as fuck about my social life. I enjoy going out and drinking beers. I do. I love a pint. Like, it's fucking great. But at the same time, and I love burgers and stuff. It is what it is. But I'm partial to a salad. Simon, well done. You've lost 4 kilos. You stuck to your 7-day plan, right? Go and have a fucking big cheat meal. And then when you ramp up the metabolism, as we all know, you chew through that shit, right? But if you don't take a big run up with the metabolism and you're trying to go through a brick wall from there, it's not going to work. But if you go from there, boom, you'll chew that shit up, right? So if someone's vice is burgers or pints, right, or whatever it may be, go and reward them with that vice that they've told you is the problem, as long as it's not a really bad relationship with it. No worries, Lucky, as well, bro. As long as it's not a bad relationship that will then make them go back into fucking, what do you call it, when people that are addicted to stuff go back into fucking becoming an addict again with burgers. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I would reward them with the shit they told you they like. I would like get them to, but whatever it is, get them to come up with whatever it is. A lot of people are working towards other stuff as well. Like, I mean, tomorrow, I'm lucky my schedule's free. I'm going to the movies. On my own, one of the best things I ever do is go to the cinema or go fishing. I have peace when I do that. It's 2 hours, but man, I don't speak to anyone, think about anything. I love it. It's pure switch off. I can go sit at a fucking lake and watch a float like this in the water, right? And like, if it goes like this and I catch a fish, that's a bonus. If not, I'll sit there mesmerized by it. That's what I like to do. So like, whatever it may be, reward them with that stuff. But it needs to be rewarding them stuff ideally, which is going to be detrimental to their goals. So they can stay away from the stuff that's detrimental. They get closer towards their goal, and then give them a reward with something that's detrimental. But you're teaching them balance as well. You know what I mean? And moderation is the word I'm looking for. Hopefully that.
Yeah, sweet.
Anyone else? Any questions here? Hopefully the barber there has had a good earful. Have you got headphones in, Glenn? He probably got some, who the fuck's this guy today, right? Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to leave it. I'm busy. Boxer's going to be busy in about 2 minutes time, so I better go. and get to that. Guys, I'm not joking. This has probably been my most favorite webinar I've delivered. It's one of those where you need to stretch after it, Michael and Charmaine. Do you know what I mean? But it's been a pleasure to deliver this one. Just please recognize that this shit, it's not to be, ideally, it's to be implemented. If you implement it, it's freaking easy. It's easy to win, and it's that simple. So much love, and I'll speak to you all on Voxer. All right, guys, peace.